This is Dayton Daily News investigative reporter Josh Swigert, and I'd like to ask you a question. How do you think that local government leaders should spend hundreds of millions of dollars that they've received through the American Rescue Plan, federal money meant to help governments help citizens recover from the pandemic? Some local governments, like the city of Dayton, held online surveys and public forums to ask residents how the money should be spent. They had $138 million to spend, and there was some controversy about whether their process was inclusive enough. Other governments, like Montgomery County, for example, county commissioners decided how they think it should best be spent on behalf of the residents. So we decided to come out here to Courthouse Square and ask people how they think the money should be spent. So I don't have $103 million, I don't have $103, but I do have $1.03. That's 103 pennies. And if each one of these represents $1 million, how do residents think the money should be spent? I have 10 cups here, each one representing a priority or a bucket that people can put the money into. Options include improving existing government services, improving government buildings and technology upgrades. Those are things that Montgomery County is spending a lot of their money on. Water and sewer projects, that's a popular choice among local governments we've surveyed. Public safety programs. Broadband expansion, another popular choice. Other options we included were anti-poverty programs, such as partnering with local nonprofits, programs to assist small businesses, programs to address blight and housing issues, park improvements, and we included a cup for other, in case people had other suggestions. So I gave you 103 pennies. Each one of these is $1 million, Nicholas. And I want to know how you think, if you're the county commissioner, how you think the money should be spent. We've got a few options here. Take your time.
I would definitely like to get a little broadband, if that was an option.
So here's $103 million. It's $1.03.
Poverty definitely. Existing government services and small business. I think that what they need to do is to have a public meeting and lay it out and let the public vote on what needs to be done, not what they think needs to be done.
So yeah, the small business assistant. Oh, you're counting them out. You're being very judicious.
Oh, yes, I am.
They have those.
All right, the people have spoken. We've surveyed some people in the public, so now time to figure out what the biggest priorities are. So I counted up the pennies, and here's the final count. Anti-poverty programs were by far the most popular thing that people wanted to contribute government funds to. They got 288 pennies / $1 million. Anti-blight programs, tear down blighted houses and improve housing stock, got 173 pennies. Small business programs were popular, got 139. Improving government services was popular, 103 pennies in that cup. There were 95 pennies in the other cup. Now, I asked people what this meant, and they said it was homelessness programs, programs to help first-time home buyers, that sort of thing. Public safety got 85 pennies. Parks and park improvements, 73. Water and sewer, which is a popular program for local governments, got 29 pennies. Government buildings and improving government buildings and technology got 20 pennies. And the bottom was broadband, which got 19 pennies. Now, it's worth noting this actually adds up to 1,024 pennies. And I surveyed 10 people, and so there should be 1,030. So we lost about $6 million to fraud, waste, and abuse. It goes without saying, this is not a scientific survey. We interviewed 10 random people in downtown Dayton. But I'm going to end the same place I started. How do you think this money should be spent? Go on our website and fill out our survey, and let your local government know what you think. Follow our project. Dayton Daily News investigates billions in COVID aid, where it's going, on our website, DaytonDailyNews.com.